Okay, let's dive into a completely different way of thinking about building wealth. We're going to shift the focus away from the stock market and onto the single most valuable asset you will ever have: you. So, here's a question we've all asked ourselves at some point, right? You've got a little extra cash, say $1,000, and you want to do something smart with it. We are going to tackle that exact question, but the answer might really surprise you. Most financial gurus will pretty much give you the same old playbook, the same safe, standard advice. And look, that advice isn't necessarily bad, but it comes with this hidden problem, a hard truth that most people just never even think about.
On one side, you have that well-trodden path, passive investing. Put your money in an S&P 500 index fund and just let it ride. It's safe, it's reliable, for building wealth over a very long time. But here's the catch. On the other side is this critical realization. That whole approach basically accepts your current income as a fixed ceiling. It only works with the money you already make. It does absolutely nothing to help you make more.
Think about it. When you put all your extra cash into passive investments, you're pretty much saying, all right, this is what I earn, and now my goal is to just grow that by maybe 10% a year. It signals this subtle shift away from actively trying to increase your fundamental earning power.
So, what if we explored a more powerful investment vehicle? One that doesn't just grow your money, but grows your ability to make money in the first place. This is how you can start to build a totally different kind of financial future. Forget the S&P 500, at least for now. The real focus should be on what we'll call the SME. That's right, S&M-E, as in you. The whole idea is to pour your time, your money, and your resources into making yourself more valuable and more skilled in the marketplace. Now, to see just how insanely powerful this is, let's look at a super concrete example. Just imagine someone fresh out of high school, no real specialized skills, and they're making minimum wage. For an investment of just $500 and about 2 days of their time, like a weekend, they can get a certification to become a phlebotomist. That's the person who draws your blood when you go to the doctor's office. And the impact is immediate. We're talking about a $500 investment that can triple their earning capacity almost overnight. They can go from a minimum wage job to earning around $50,000 a year. All of a sudden, that 10% annual return from the S&P 500 seems a little slow, doesn't it? So this isn't just some feel-good theory. This is a practical, actionable program for systematically investing in yourself and your skills. Let me break down the playbook for you. The framework itself is simple, but it is so powerful. First, you live as cheaply as you possibly can. I mean, ramen noodle cheap. Second, you figure out exactly how much extra cash that frees up each month. Third, and this is the absolute key, you invest 100% of that excess into your education. We're talking courses, coaching, workshops, mentorships, and finally, you just rinse and repeat every single month.
Now, this requires a huge mindset shift. You're not buying a lottery ticket. You're not hoping one magic course is going to make you rich. No. Instead, you have to see each investment as just one class in your own personal degree program. A degree in, say, entrepreneurship, or media buying, or copywriting. Okay, so if you're going to be investing potentially thousands of dollars into courses and coaching, the next logical question is a big one. How in the world do you find the right people to learn from, and how do you avoid all the scams out there? Well, the best way to lower your risk is to start with all their free content. Are you getting real tactical value from their YouTube videos, from their social media posts? Do you actually connect with their teaching style? If the free stuff is already helping you get results, that is a massive green flag that the paid program is going to be even better. And hey, if you really want to put your learning on hyperspeed, don't just pick one person in a field you want to master. If you can swing it, buy courses from multiple experts. That way you learn what everyone knows, you start to see the common patterns, and you become an expert yourself way faster. I have to give you a warning though. This path, it is not easy. It requires a very specific mindset to get through the single biggest challenge you're going to face, the sheer pain of delayed gratification. I want you to think of learning a valuable new skill like building a bridge. On one side of the canyon is where you are right now, with your current income. And way over on the other side is where you want to be, making great money with that new skill. And here's the thing about that bridge. There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks. To get across, you have to learn the material, you have to do the exercises, and you have to lay every single brick yourself. Nobody can do it for you.
Now, this is the hardest part psychologically. This is where most people quit. You can be 90% of the way there, right? You could have 28 out of 30 bricks laid perfectly, and you've still made exactly $0, not 1 penny. Your first dollar only shows up after that very last brick is clicked perfectly into place.
And while you are laying those bricks, your job is not to be creative. It's not to add your own personal flair. Your job is to be a copycat. Replicate your mentor's process exactly as they teach it. Just copy them. Once you've successfully gotten their results, then you've earned the right to iterate and add your own unique style.
All right, let's get to the good part. Let's look at how all this painstaking effort, all this bricklaying, doesn't just add up. It compounds into something truly amazing.
See, unlike the linear, straight-line returns of the stock market, skills, they stack on top of each other exponentially. So you start out as a videographer.